sometimes strange. It seldom turns out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. If you were so lucky as to find someone with whom to spend your every day, that's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study, and you won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Love, love, love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Baby, a little goes a long way for love. Yeah, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Eras todo lo que yo soñaba, ahora te quiero olvidar y con tiburones ya no sé nada. Por eso ausente voy a estar. No me mereces, no me mereces. Ponle esa trampa otros veces, no es mucho lo que tú ofreces. Ella sabe lo que yo le doy, ella es consciente de lo que pasa. Ya ni me le arrimo, aquí estoy. Siendo estrella, buscado en la NASA. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. Quiere conocerme, pero no. Cree que me gusta con sexo en la habitación, pero lo sé todo, como tú los besas. Siempre vienes tarde con el dolor de cabeza. No soy boba, sé lo que haces cuando no estoy yo. Después me dices
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to We just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. Yeah, I just wanna see you move. Sure, I like to listen. It's not like I don't wanna know. It's just that you've been talking to me 3 nights in a row. I think it's time to let go. Forget the past, just lose control. 'Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking, but I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
What's going on?
In this moment, I cannot say what's wrong or right.
How are we doing, everybody? Let's get it. Come on.
Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah.
Come on.
I follow. No need to say.
In the chat room. You know how we do it.
I follow. On the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Age, city, gender. Let's get it. Come on.
Cause I find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell me good night. Cause I find a better one.
Big Ike, what up? What up?
It's not a problem, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah. And nothing can stop me.
Shout out to all the alpha females tonight. Woo! Don't get mad at your godfather. I love you. I hope it's gonna be tight.
I follow, no need to say.
Oh no.
We are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night.
Let's see.
'Cause I find a better one. Yeah.
I'm gonna piss some people off here tonight, boy.
Susceptible now.
Before the
Moment flies. So good night. 'Cause I find a better one. Susceptible now.
before the moment flies. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How's everybody doing tonight? Godfather's back in full effect. Oh, shout out to the CIA, the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI. you feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies out there. Oh, who do I have on the camera? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and make sure I get this right. See, this is what a feminine woman looks like. A feminine woman looks like. You notice the dress. You notice the heels. Feminine. Those things are important. And we are going to get into something tonight that needs a little bit more a discussion. This is a subject that I have been asked by many men and several women to discuss. And the general topic is this: these alpha females, strong, independent, educated, career alpha females. What we gonna do about it? I've been asked to discuss this from many women. Many women. Why? Why? Because there are many women who have asked the question and said this, like, look here, Kevin, I watch your show, I watch the platform, I see what you're doing, I understand the whole, trying to help men become the best version of themselves. But look, women, it's different for us. A lot of ladies we run out of time. We're coming to your platform now. Many of us are over 25, 27 years old. Some of us over 30. Some of us have even made what you call mistakes. And understand, it's not that I call them that. Society calls it that. And what are we supposed to do? What's a college educated career woman who you even say you feel sorry for Generation X and folks like that because you're lied to? What are these women supposed to do? Shrivel up and die? Just act like, oh, well, the music stopped, you don't have a chair, game over, and just go in a corner somewhere. And first of all, answer direct to that question is no. You're not supposed to shrivel up and die. Go in a corner somewhere. Two, it's in some, depending upon the person to ask the question, it can be kind of disingenuous. But what I want to talk about tonight is a particular woman. I've talked about Hillary, the it girl. Hillary is the it girl. Hillary is the epitome of femininity. Hillary got wifed up right out of college, and she's been off in the suburbs living the soccer mom dream. Then of course we've talked about Tina and Angie. Tina, pretty girl, attractive girl, an adjustable 6. Tina could easily get guys, Tina could qualify with her looks for guys, high value men, guys like Marcus, guys like Keith, guys like Blake, Ahmed, Keith, and Enrique, the Henrys, the high earners, not rich yet. But, she's at a, eternal 7. We talked about her. Then we talked about Angie, the girl that's, the 5, the 6, the average looking girl, the Cayman shell of the group. The one that always felt like she had to work so hard because the other girls got more natural benefit and she had a little chip on her shoulder. Well, a lot of your strong, independent, educated, career women come from the Angie group. But there is a certain breed, strong, independent, educated, career alpha female, alpha woman, that I call her, she's a unique blend. She's like the ultimate Karen. Now, you guys have been familiar, if you've been looking at a newspaper, or not a newspaper, but anywhere online, you've seen the epidemic of Karens. There's histrionic personality types, women losing their minds and turning in black folks left and right. And I've often said, before we had Karens on social media, we had black women who were Karens in the workplace. black Karens acting like white girls. I call them Karen Whites. And Karen Whites tend to be that strong, independent, educated career alpha female. And I make the distinction because she is a different kind of animal than Angie or even Tina. Two of these people can be saved. One of them, you better watch out. But before we get into it, guys, we got to make sure we keep the likes up. You know, keep the likes up over 50%. Keep the engagement up. We got 1,500 people in here watching. People are probably shocked that we're getting started a little earlier. So, guys, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. What does it mean to be an alpha female? Well, if you just looked at the animal kingdom, most mammals, the leader of the pack is the male. He's the dominant one, you know, the alpha male, like the lion. Come on. He's bigger than the lionesses. They do the hunting, but he protects the pride. But I think it's funny when you hear a lot of things being called hyenas. Hyenas, more matriarchal, as far as I understand. And they tend to have an alpha female. What is an alpha female? An alpha female is a woman that goes and tries to compete in a man's world. And she can do it. You know, it's not just a matter of it's not just a matter of the books, learning the material. It's a matter of wanting to get in there and be a part of the boys club. You know, you tend to find these personality types in certain professions. Law has a lot of alpha females. Politics at the national level at several levels tend to have alpha females. What are some other careers? Medicine, high-end medicine like surgeries. Any place where a God complex can come into it, you tend to have alpha females. Also in sales. So, in my time in corporate America, I spent it in business to business sales. At the entry level, everybody came in there. But as you begin to move up the chain, a certain kind of woman started to separate herself from the pack. The Stephanies of the world, Stephanie, this is a woman I used to work with. She was the friendly girl that made cookies and she was always bubbly and smiling. You know, she was the pep squad leader. You know, Stephanie, she could always make her quota. Plus some. And she was just friendly and people liked her. But there was a cap on Stephanie. Stephanie did not have the killer instinct. I'm not going to say this woman's name because she shares the same name as somebody on YouTube. So I'm going to call her Samantha. Remember Sex in the City? Samantha? Her and the redhead. Alpha females. Well, I forgot the redhead's name. What was the redhead? Somebody type the redhead's name in the comment section. Samantha was Stephanie on steroids. Sam was confident. Sam was accomplished. Sam had a degree. Sam could get in there. She would smoke cigars and drink scotch with the boys. And she's the kind of alpha female that guys kind of like. She was almost like a female wingman. Cynthia. Cynthia's a redhead. Well, I got to say the name anyway. Cynthia will be. Cynthia, on the other hand, was the polar opposite. She had the same kind of degree, education as Sam, but she lacked all of the social graces. She was a real pain in the butt to deal with. She was the alpha female that leaned to the feminist equality. She was the one that everybody avoided. And those two kind of women tended to separate themselves in the corporate world. Stephanie's still down here. Stephanie would probably end up getting married like Stephanie did, and going and became a housewife. But a lot of women in the black community, a lot of women went to college with the idea of becoming Stephanie, Samantha, or Cynthia. They didn't know. They just decided they wanted to get out and do more than their mother did. So I don't begrudge a lot of women for getting out, wanting to live in a big city, get your own apartment, fabulous life. Sex and the City did a great job at marketing. But what it did not tell is that they were running out the clock. And that the aggressive tendencies of Samantha and Cynthia, you pay a price for it because you're not a guy. You're not a guy, and you can get out there and run with all the guys and get out there and drink scotch and bourbon and smoke cigars and have wild sexual escapades. But what Samantha knew and understood, Cynthia got upset about it. She thought it was unfair that there was a double standard. All right, so flash forward to the black community. Back up. Even for Samantha and Cynthia, in the Sex and the City world, there is still a way out of that environment for non-black women. But for black women, that's what we're going to touch on tonight. Is there really a way out for alpha females? Whether it's Samantha, whether there's Cynthia, or are they stuck? Because I hear often from women who say, I'm married, yet I struggle to stay in my feminine role with my husband, and now it's causing issues in our marriage. Or, and that's for the guys who are upstream from their husbands. But where the real problem tends to come in, a lot of these women tend to marry guys and go into that power couple thing. And when she starts to outpace him, starts to out-earn him, issues and things come up. Why? Because to be a alpha female in the black community is problematic. Let's talk about it. 2,100 people watching. How many likes do we have? Oh, we got to get the likes up. I'm going to refresh, and I'm going to see what the likes are like. And if they're not up there, we're going to go to intermission. Yep. Get my likes up. I'm not playing with y'all. Four, three, two, one. Get them up. Come on. A 100 more likes and we get going. All right. Back to the alpha female, the black women. Alpha females separate themselves not in the career path, they separate themselves on the college campus. You had two alpha females, one pledged AKA, one pledged Delta. The Delta tended to be a little bit more, had a little bit more sassy of an attitude. The AKA, she tended to be able to play her role a little bit better. She could even be like Samantha, but she knew that a boys' club, she respected the rules. You go out into the corporate world, and so many alpha females, black women, try to think that they can move like white women, and you can't. Samantha and Cynthia can get away with things that that Angie and Karen White cannot get away with, because you already have the stigma of an attitude. Now, the very things that help you break the glass ceiling and get into the boys club are the very things that tend to hurt you when you're trying to move up past a certain point or marry. Why? Because one, alpha females tend to remain single, tend to remain unmarried. And in the last 20 plus years, alpha females have also started to have another problem. Alpha females have always been confident. They have always been degreed or educated. But now we have two factors that have really started to affect alpha females in the black community more than anything else: their weight and being out of wedlock mothers. Oh, we're going there. We're going there. Why is it that other women can come into these spaces and compete with these alpha personality types, but they can decide to switch it off, turn it off, or get better options? And I know there are going to be plenty of sisters that say, well, because they have men that are upstream from them to pick from, and when you're an alpha driven female in the black community, you have slim pickings because the men aren't there, they're gay on the down low, or like white women. Well, that's bullcrap. On this program, we're proving that's not to be the truth. Sorry, black men are out there. Black men are firmly in the middle class, and there are plenty of black men who are out there in the Henry class. The facts, the data, statistics are out there. Go prove it to yourself. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. Black men in America are doing better than ever before. There are plenty of black men out there who, in decades gone by, alpha females would have been married to. And that's the deciding factor for a lot of alpha females. In corporate America, in the work world, there is a marriage cap on individuals. I talk about it a lot for men. There is a glass ceiling to where single men will not get beyond in mass. It's mid-management. You could be entry-level management, but the numbers of entry-level management to mid-management for guys who are single is exponentially low. It's a married man's club. Married and divorced, at least you've been married. And men understand that if they want to move up in the company, move up in the world, a lot of men understand that they need to get married. They need to have the picture of being a family man and kids. But we're not going to talk about them today, because men control access to relationship. Whether the marriages are good, bad, indifferent, I'm not going to touch that today, because that will derail the whole thing. I'm not worried about the men today. I'm talking about the women. Alpha females cannot get married. They cannot get married like their male counterparts. Alpha males, high value males, select male, whatever you want to term them, men who are over on this side can choose to get married. Alpha females have always had a problem marrying, especially in the black community. But when you start adding on a couple more things, one, you can be confident, you can be educated, but you cannot be overweight. Overweight means you knock yourself out of contention for a lot of men that would normally consider you for a mate. This is, there have been countless women who've come onto this platform, other content creators, other influencers, who have even affirmed this point when you're talking about dating out or anywhere else. And here's the thing. This is the one thing that I look at a lot of my black women and say, this is something that's 100% in your control. See, it's not your career that's a problem for a lot of the men that would normally be prospects. It's not your education. It's not any of that stuff. It's your attitude. It's your attitude. And your attitude has a lot to do with why so many women just refuse to go get fit, go exercise, do anything else. And then the next problem that crops its head up is when women decide to go have a child. Well, let me tell you, if you consider yourself to be an alpha female, I'm strong, independent, educated, career, I'm not married and have a child. Plenty of women go make a baby pack, go get a baby out of wedlock. Again, the largest group of women in the black community who are unwed mothers are black women over in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
We're not talking teen mothers. Why is this a problem? Well, it's only a problem if you want to continue to go up the corporate ladder, or if you want to marry. It's not your degree. It's not your ability. It's not your confidence. More than anything else, it's an attitude, weight, and then children. This is why so many alpha females cannot find the men they seek. It's not as though the men aren't there. The men just aren't checking for them. So, conversely, who do you tend to find alpha females coupled with? You can hear a lot of women say they deal with these men, but they don't get married. Who do you find a lot of these women coupled with? And they tend to be coupled with beta males. Beta males are lower value men. High value alpha women in the black community tend to be with lower value men, because those men have an incentive to deal with all the issues that come along with them. The attitude, the weight, the children. High value men, they're not going to deal with that. So sadly, many women find themselves in this weird position. They're educated, intelligent, accomplished, driven, all these things. And on paper, it would sound lovely to most people, but yet they are chronically single and no prospects. And one of the major things I hear a lot of women in this position talk about, they have a problem with femininity. That's an issue, but it's that word submission. Submission is what so many women in this category struggle with. But it's funny that many of them are submitted to an org chart. You're submitted to the executives, the board. You submit all the time. But it's submitting in an interpersonal relationship with a man that is a problem for these particular alpha females. Why? Why can women of other races, other groups be educated, intelligent, have a career? Why can Sam and Sin decide to get married and pull a lever, push the button, and get out? But black women, you could not make Sex in the City with those two women deciding to get in relationships. It wouldn't work. They're missing the man component. So what do we do? So ladies, what do you do? What do you do? Well, for the last 20 years, the popular thing to do was to blame men. To blame men. Oh, all the black men out there on my level, they don't exist. I've heard black women on YouTube say that black men at a certain level don't exist in the presence of black men on that level. Because the very existence of those men would destroy her worldview. And that was popular to say black men at that level did not exist. Or if they did exist, they were gay on the DL, or they wanted white women. Now, what happens if you can show that they exist and they want to marry black women? What's the problem? Why are strong, independent, educated, career-driven, alpha females, black women, chronically single and no prospects? Why can't these women get married? Why can't they get with Marcus or Keith? Why won't they deal with Aaron or Greg? Tonight we're going to talk about it. Because I want to hear from you ladies. What do you think some of the issues are with you in particular? If you're like, no, Kevin, you're wrong. It's not the weight. It's not the attitude. It's not even in the case of we have kids. That's not it. Well, what is it? What do you think the issues are? Well, men just don't like. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what I missed, what I got wrong. Are there no men out there? Let's talk about it. The show you've been asking about is why so many women are having alpha females. Alpha females are having such a problem in relationships. Getting a relationship, keeping a relationship. Time to open the call lines and get into it. Now, what I'm going to say is be respectful. Be respectful in the chat room, guys. This is a sensitive subject. We're not here to embarrass anybody and here to troll anybody. I want to have some good interactions because I think there's some women out there who have a lot to say. But in the meantime, let's get it.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para mirar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón, del corazón, yeah. Tratando de hacer ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Alpha females. And here's the thing. You're going to ask silly questions, get a silly answer. If you want to make a super chat to say something silly and get banned, knock yourself out. Here's the thing. Careers don't intimidate. There are high value men out there who want their wives, who don't mind career women. Let's knock it off thinking that every guy out here wants a stay-at-home wife. That's not it for everybody. There are people who want to be yuppies. There are people who want to be dinks, double incomes, no kids. I know guys in my personal circle who don't want any children. They want their woman to make money and they make money. They still run it. He's still in charge, but she is competitive and out in the world. But when she comes home, they're together. But here's the problem. Can you do this effectively with a black woman? I want to hear from the sisters. What are the issues you're having? Because before, yeah, we got to get into it. Can you effectively can you come home and actually do what you need to do in the relationship? Stay at home, you got time to cheat. I don't know what some of you guys have talking about. Now, one of the issues that I will say that I have heard come up, and I even mentioned it to another caller one day. If you're a woman who has this high education, but if you ultimately want to stay at home, why'd you go get all that degree? All that degree. Why is he leading if she's paying the bills? Hey, don't ask me that in the comments. Ask me that on the show. See, I did not say she was paying bills. Stop projecting. Stop projecting. See, you're trying to. A lot of women try to change the subject. Well, no. Deal with what's going on in your life. Always the same question. Can you actually get along with a man? Or are you doomed to do what so many women have chosen to do? Good at work, bad at relationship. And if so, whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Because there are plenty of people There are plenty of folks, there are plenty of women who can do both. Why is it such a problem for many of our sisters to be able to live in both worlds? Do you have a fair shot? Because I heard plenty of women say, other women can get out here and have all these options. Black women are limited to our options. Okay. Why? Why you say that? Now you asked to do the show. Join the show, ladies. Let's get into it. Oh, here we go. Let's get into it. Is it the weight? Is it the kid? Is it the education? Are men intimidated by you? What's going on? Because we've knocked out a big part of the problem saying that brothers don't exist on that level. Yeah, they do. And if you're in the
Danger zone!
what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are the plans? What are the plans for the rest of the life? Because you're gonna live on one income. While your colleagues and your competitors are living on two, you're gonna live on one. And you are going to be limited. You're going to be limited and get passed. In your youth, you may get promoted and moved up, but there comes a time where you're going to get passed, especially if you mess around and decide to have a child without a husband. I know people right now who had booming careers, had a child, and their career has been stuck on pause because they are doing it by themselves. Doing it by yourselves limits you. That's what it comes down to. Doing it by yourself limits you. You cannot compete with the men who have wives at home. Now let's get into it. You cannot compete against the men who have wives at home. You're staying in the office working 12, 14-hour days. And they got somebody at home, got their back. They got somebody at home who can do the errands. You will be exhausted. Age yourself out. All right, Samantha, you're going to have to get your microphone on. Find me a 40-year-old single black woman who is an executive. And I'll show you a rare person. Show me one that has a child. Unmarried and chose to be the baby mama. Woo, we getting into it tonight. I can't hear you. Your microphone isn't on. To the other two. And when I ask you to start your video, you got to start your video. Somebody asked, why do you got to see him on camera? Because I'm not dealing with the trolls. Not dealing with trolls. I disagree. All women have limited options. Bullshit, J Tibbs. Bullcrap. Nobody has time for snowflakes. Single women have limited options. Unmarried women have limited options. Women who can't do relationship have limited options. Yes. Yes, it's a matriarchy. It's a patriarchy. It's a patriarchal world. Yep. You don't like it? Build your own corporations. When women can go build what men built, then women can write the rules. You didn't write the rules. You didn't build it. You're going to need to be sitting down somewhere, Tori. I'm going to need you to be sitting down somewhere. Go ahead. My question is, why do so many of you ladies, I said it on another broadcast, when black women get scared, a lot of you go back to school. But yet on this very show, you've heard black woman after black woman after black woman, college educated, 99% of them want to be stay-at-home wives. Why are you going to college and getting in all that debt if you know ultimately you want to throw it all away and be a wife? Oh, that's that. You're trying to be something that you don't want. 99.999% of the women who call in here want to, when given the chance, they say, I want to give up my degree, my law degree, all of it. I want to be a stay-at-home wife and raise my kids. Then why the hell are you going to college? Why are you going to law school? Why didn't you go? Oh, because you were told that you need to go get a degree and a job and get out here and compete with the men, but then you turn around and find that don't know men want you. Not the men that you want don't want you. Why don't they want you? Okay, as Stella, unmute yourself. Tori, I need you to get on the camera. Stella, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
So
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, what do you got for me? Hold on, Tori. Can you get somewhere and just set your camera down? I'm gonna come to you next, but if you're walking around trying to have a conversation and talk to people, I'm gonna go ahead and put you back up. Go ahead, Stella.
I didn't have a question. I wanted to respond to
Okay.
basically what is where does that leave women, like alpha females? I don't really consider myself an alpha female, but I just really have been very introspective during this entire year. And I realized that I've left myself in a position to where I'm probably going to grow up and be alone, or continue having a date and go through men and things like that, um, until I can decide, is getting married something I want, and it's going to make me have to work harder to get chose.
Okay. So you're not an alpha female,
No,
but you are
no.
working.
You said, am I working?
You're working. You're a working woman, just like most people.
Yes, exactly. I'm average.
Okay. Oh, you got the baby and the tattoo. Oh yeah, we coming to you in a second, Tori. So when you say if you decide you want to get married,
Oh no. I have to decide that if that's something I want. At this point in my life, I never really thought too much about it other than the fairy tales and the Disney
oh, so
dreams.
you want to die alone?
Well, now I'm thinking like I haven't done any work to put myself in position to get married, so maybe that is what I want.
Mm.
I'm not a partner, so I'm not opposed to it, but I'm
Well,
definitely
partners don't get legal benefits.
exactly. So now I'm in a position to where I have to think about all these things at my age now. And according to you, I'm in the danger zone, right? Well, I'm not trying to
But okay, what does your dad have to say about it?
my father. My father wants me to get married, of course, to a good man.
Were,
And all
were
these.
you raised with your father in the household?
Well, my parents were divorced, but I was raised by my father. I spent like every summer and the weekends when he used to live in the same state as me.
No,
But
but
yes,
who
my
had
father,
primary custody? Your mother?
my mother. Mm-hmm.
So your mother, was she married? After
Even
your
my father.
father? After your father?
No.
All right, so, and this is sad to me. 32-year-old woman, 32-year-old woman, no prospects. And you don't even know whether or not you want to get married. But what it sounds to me is you would love to be married. You're just hedging the conversation saying, I know right now I can't, there's no prospects. So me talking about marriage isn't in reality.
Exactly.
And to me, that's very sad that you're 32 and you have no prospects.
Yeah, and that's just what I wanted to comment on. Like coming and hearing your channel, it's been like groundbreaking, I guess, in a sense, because it's like all these things and all these issues in the Black community, but then actually placing myself in some of those statistics, it makes me really sit back and look and say, damn, I got to get my stuff together.
Okay,
Really,
so my question for women like you who are in the danger zone, what kind of clock are you putting on? What kind of time frame are you putting on this?
I don't know.
See, that's a problem too.
And I'm a little clueless. I don't know what you would call that.
Well, what I mean is, if okay, you got to reverse engineer something. It sounds to me as though you've just been out living life,
Exactly. Just having fun,
right?
going down the
But you
road.
remember, the tale about the grasshopper and the ant, or the tortoise and the hare. You got so you sound like I mean, you're a cute girl. You got out ahead of life, and you've just been living life, not realizing the clock is going by, and now you're in your 30s and no prospects and running out of time. Here's what happens. If you don't decide to sit down and get real serious real quick and decide whether or not you want to be a wife or not, the choice is going to be made for you.
Exactly.
Because after 35, it's high risk pregnancy, and you're competing with younger ones. Huh?
I don't want children. I don't want children.
Well, then that's an even more problematic, because most men get married to have children.
Right. So that's what I was saying. I guess I do want to die. And that's what I'm saying. It's like I never thought of it or actively was like, I want to die alone and be by myself and flying around the
Right.
world.
And you
Never
will
thought,
be. You'll be by
but
yourself and die alone.
yeah, exactly.
And I
Exactly.
think we've done a disservice to so many of our black women, because it sounded so sexy when they were talking about we are living single in the
You know
90s.
what? I remember watching that. I watched it, Living all those shows,
Mm-hmm.
everything. I was raised by the television because my mom, post divorce, working,
Why don't you
and
want kids?
mhm,
Why don't you want children?
like you said, I've been just living my life very mindlessly, irresponsible. I don't think that I'm responsible enough to usher in life
Okay.
and
Well, then
raise
these know thyself. Know
right.
thyself. Well, I would tell you this. I would tell you this. Well, let me ask you this. I got to move on to the next call. Are you act? Do you work out?
No, no, and that's the other. I'm overweight. I'm 5'7", 193 pounds. I weighed myself
Oh
yesterday.
my, oh lordy.
Exactly. And so that's what I'm doing now. Today I started. I
Okay.
was like, I don't want to do that
Let me
anymore.
get to the next person, Estella. I'll come back to you. Okay, Tori. Let me go ahead and unmute you. You. Oh Lord have mercy. You got the whole trifecta working here. Okay, why you got a crying baby on my TV?
I guess I could call back when he goes to sleep.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. Mm-mm. Samantha, I cannot hear you. Your microphone's not connected. Mm-mm-mm. See, to all the women out here who think he's so mean and he's so rude and da da da, you hear at least one woman every night say thank you. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for giving me that slap that I needed to. I am going to die alone because I'm just out here living my life and time is going by. So I will take all the haters and critics and the people. Show me what you're doing, because now at least women realize that, you know what? Yeah, I'm almost 200 pounds, and now I'm running out of options. Samantha, you have no microphone set up, so I can't hear you. So you need to come back out and come back in. You need to connect when it says connect or call in audio. Hit that button. Um, I'm gonna put you. There you go, Samantha. Here you go, Samantha. Samantha. Okay, what are you doing? You okay? All right, Samantha.
Okay, can you hear me
I
now?
can, but who's in the room with you?
I'm in the room by myself.
Okay, cool. Is the TV on or something?
Yes.
Okay, don't be looking at TV or YouTube or anything.
I'm looking at the phone.
Okay, cool. All right. So, how old are you, ma'am?
I'm 30.
Okay, what do you got for me? Are you an alpha female?
Uh, I I turned on this audio thinking that I was an alpha female, but by your description I would say no. But I thought I was.
Okay. Well, what do you have for me?
Well, I've heard you say so many times that women who want high value men shouldn't lead with their education, shouldn't lead with certain things. So, what if not my education? Then what?
What do men want?
I guess my femininity,
That only matters after what?
and my beauty.
Yep. And that only matters after what? Are you fit?
Well, yeah, that's a part of my beauty.
No, it's not. Your beauty is separate from your fitness.
Okay, well then
You can have a
yes.
beautiful face and be hella fat.
Mhm.
So how tall are you?
5'5.5".
About 5.5. Only women count halves. And what's your dress size?
2, sometimes 4.
Okay. And do you work out actively? Often?
Not lately.
Okay.
Not since COVID
So you're just cruising on genetics.
and former athleticism.
What?
Yes, genetics.
Yeah, well that's not good.
I used to be an athlete. I
I
still
don't used to
try
be's
work.
don't count for high value men.
I understand.
High value men got to go to work every day. Your life is in the gym.
I'm not opposed to that.
But see, sweetheart, you got to be doing it already. See, many women like yourself, you want to start doing the work after you find a prospect. See, this is how it works in your mind. Ooh, shit, there's Boaz, girl. When Boaz come over and holler at me, then I'm gonna get feminine and I'm gonna get in the gym. But he ain't gonna even talk to you. You need to be feminine because it's the right thing to do. You need to be fit and in the gym because it's the right thing to do.
I'm not here to disagree with you. I actually believe all of that.
Okay, then why ain't you there?
Why am I not fit?
Well, no, you're a size 2, but you're cruising on genetics. And the funny thing is, my ex was a genetic freak, but I put her butt in the gym. You gotta work out, man.
I agree. And like I said, I have been in the past, just not since COVID.
Cool.
So it's
But
just
you
a few
gotta.
months.
But see, even during COVID,
hmm But that's not why I called.
well,
Not to talk about my fitness.
you asked what do they high value men want? Okay, what's the question?
It sounds like you're saying that women should decide between like a lower salary or a lesser position within their companies or whatever they're into, or deciding to be with a man. And I don't think that that's fair.
I don't give a shit about fair. Next.
what
hold
risk
on,
am I
hold on, hold
taking?
on, hold on. Let's get clear. Let's get clear. The world owes you nothing. Doesn't owe me anything. Fair? How old are you?
I'm 30.
Take that word out of your vocabulary. Our ancestors were slaves, right?
Absolutely.
Was that fair? I mean, honestly, what we're talking about first world, ma'am, you're talking about first world problems. And here's the thing, you can choose whatever you want. Just choose the consequences. If you want a career, knock yourself out. Are you saying that you feel like you should be able to have a high value man and a high paying career?
I feel like you get the best of both worlds if you do.
Well, tell me about your career right now. You ranked in the top 10% of your field?
No.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Human resources professional.
Right. So you're running override. You're an expense.
Yes.
So why is this even a question? You don't have a career.
No.
You got a job.
I'm going along with the topic.
But my
So
thing is, you're not a driven. Okay, but you're playing devil's advocate and you ain't doing nothing.
I'm absolutely driven.
Driven in HR?
Along the lines. Yes.
HR is.
An expense.
I know,
I'm aware.
and I was in sales. I made revenue. You only exist because men like me give you a job.
Absolutely. I
So,
agree.
driven. Okay, what would you like to get to in your career?
I see a career for me in the end in politics.
In politics. Good. So you plan on running as a single woman?
No.
Uh,
here to defend alpha females. I wanted to go along with the topic
Well,
and also
but you're saying you don't think you want to defend the topic, but you're not defending it. One, you talk about that you understand that the beauty is what high value men value, and you understand the fitness is there, but you're not working out because of COVID, which is bull crap. There are plenty of people who work out during a pandemic, so knock that off. Number one. Number two, you said what you really thought. I don't think it's fair that a woman should have to give up. So what? Let me ask you. When you turned 18, did you register for the Selective Service?
no.
Okay. All right. Why? If there was a draft, do you think it's fair that women don't have to register and go fight on the front lines? You're equals. You're equals, right?
I'm not that type of feminist.
Well. Then where's this fair coming into it?
I am here to talk about the topic of being an alpha female.
Hey, hold
And
on,
I
hold up.
understand
Whoa. We're
I have to
talking about
choose.
what I'm talking. I'm talking about what you said. You said it's not fair. And I said, okay, if you want fair, what do you really want fair?
In some ways,
That's
yes.
bullshit.
I should be able to speak my, voice my opinion.
No, you're entitled to a wrong-headed opinion,
Take out the trash.
but you're entitled to a wrong-headed opinion. And guess what? Men have made it possible for you to have a wrong-headed opinion and still have a roof over your head. We've civilized the world in general to where women can come out here talking about it's not fair.
I also want to talk about the risk that these alpha females are taking. Do you think that they can separate that, I guess, attitude from their home life and the man they're supporting?
Say again, the risk the alpha females are taking for, well, I got to ask you, ma'am, if this isn't who are you just curious are you just playing devil's advocate?
Sure, I'm here to have a conversation.
But you're not, okay, I can have the conversation, but if you're not the person in doing it, what's going on with you? How about that? Let's talk about what's going on with you.
Well, let's talk about it.
Why aren't you married?
Why am I not married?
Yeah.
Guys haven't shown me enough to say that they need to marry me. Like, I should say
You
yes.
say what? Say again?
Guys haven't shown me that I should say yes if they propose. And
Hold on. They proposed. You mean somebody dropped to one knee in public and presented a ring with significant heritage?
it wasn't that significant. No,
Okay, but they dropped to one knee in public?
no.
Then no one's proposed.
Mm-mm.
You black women talk about engagement and being proposed like you can just make this shit up.
No, I'm not. No.
Why aren't you married at
But
30
I'm not
years
married.
old in HR wanting to go into politics?
Yes.
Why aren't you married at 30 years old in HR wanting to go to politics? You just said said something about guys. Why don't you have prospects?
I definitely have prospects, but
People who
I'm
want to
still-
marry you.
Okay.
Prospects are people that are saying, "Hey, I want to marry you."
Yes.
You have multiple prospects.
Yeah, I've had.
No. Currently.
Moving along. I'm still meeting new people. I guess during COVID, it's been a
So
little
you
bit down
currently
for-
have marital. So you currently have men saying they want to marry you. Yes or no?
Currently, no,
So you don't have any prospects.
not right now.
See how casually some of these women lie. This woman is this woman. Yes, the chat room. Like, ma'am, you said you've been proposed to, and I asked you about that. You said you have prospects.
In the past,
Okay, ma'am. I'm not gonna. Okay. The fact of the matter is, I'm asking you why you're not married at 30 years old, and now it's starting to become kind of late. It's kind of becoming kind of clear. What's the longest relationship you've ever had? What's the longest relationship you've ever had with? You're breaking up. You say how many months?
18 months,
Okay,
a year and a half.
okay. Your audio is bad. Say again. The longest relationship
I was
you've ever?
saying it's been a year and a half.
A year and a half. That's not. That's a pretty long relationship. How long ago was that?
Um, that was ended.
I can't say again.
It ended 14.
2014.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ma'am, am I on speakerphone? Because you keep breaking up. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, let me the Zoom. So
Well, I can hear just fine. Everybody else is just fine. Okay, so you had a
okay.
relationship in 2014. Your last relationship ended in 2014.
Not my last relationship. My longest
The
relationship.
longest relationship. Okay, um,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 6 years ago. So you're like 24.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you and that guy get married?
He left to do career stuff because he felt like he couldn't provide for me. He wanted more for us, so he left to do some other things with his career in out of state.
Okay, you said something along the lines that he left you because he felt like he couldn't provide for you.
Mm-hmm. He wanted more for us to be in a marriage family, so he just decided to leave and work on
He
himself.
went and left where?
He moved out of state.
Is he married now?
No,
So the man you were with for a year and a half cared about you so much, then he left.
I. You'd have to ask him
I'm
why.
asking
But
you. Okay,
yes, but we still talk pretty much
but that
every
doesn't make
other day.
sense, ma'am.
I don't know why he left. That
Okay,
was his decision.
okay. Outside of the year and a half relationship, have you had any relationship of a year or more?
Yes, a year. I usually stop at around a year if I'm not
So if I
seeing,
asked all the guys you were with over a year, why none of them decide to get serious with you or marry you, what do you think they would tell me?
if they were speaking honestly, I think it would be just a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure meaning what?
Because I ask for a lot, so they would probably feel like she is a lot to have to,
Ask for a lot
supply.
meaning what?
Um, like you gotta buy me a house. You gotta be able to take care of me, and I like the life I live.
What do you mean the
So
life you live? You work in HR.
I do well for myself.
I didn't say you didn't, but you're not a baller.
Oh, I mean that doesn't mean I don't like nice
Of
things.
course, but it's somebody. But it's when somebody else is paying for those things. Can you afford those nice things
Yes, I
on
haven't bought
HR
my own.
salary?
Yes,
Really?
I manage money well.
No, but you can manage money well,
I
but
don't have any other
HR. But here's the thing,
responsibilities.
ma'am. Here's the thing. I don't mind women who want stuff, but what I'm hearing is a woman who sounds like you have champagne and caviar taste. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You can't use 7.
I actually would rank myself a 10, but I hear that
Okay.
nobody's a 10. But I do think I'm a Hillary. It's just been a long time.
Think whatever you like. So you put yourself above Beyonce,
What
Kelly.
do you
You
what
put
do
yourself.
you like?
I want to be clear. You put yourself in the era in the levels of Diane Carroll, Halle Berry. You're up there. You're that fine.
I, I would say so. I think I
Okay.
have a lot
So
to offer.
then women who are tens have prospects beating down their door. Ten
Are they valuable? I'm still looking for the
tens
right
have no
ones.
problem fielding
I
proposals. Tens have no problem securing a man.
I agree.
So
I don't have that.
no, you don't have the men.
They are not the
No,
quality
no, no, no,
man
no,
that
ma'am. I made it very clear. You don't have the men.
Okay.
You can think of yourself as a 10. I've had women on here who thought of themselves very highly, but your life is showing you you're not that. You're an average woman. You got an average
Mhm.
job in HR.
Mhm. Because
Nope.
if I were an
No,
alpha female,
because that's what you
if it's
chose.
100%, how you
Because
got me
that's
at
what you chose. Because that's what you chose. You didn't choose to go to law school or medical school. You chose to do something where you're running override. You're
yeah,
HR.
I
You're in
win.
HR. You're in HR, and that's fine. But
I know that.
HR is not where tens go. You sound a little bit diluted. I mean, it's you can unmute yourself, but you can't overtalk me. That shit won't work.
Got it.
And at 30 years old, um, you say you want to be married or go into politics at the city, state, federal, or local level. What level?
Local city.
Okay.
Sorry,
And why aren't you? And what do you? What office would you like to hold?
mayor.
You know many single mayors.
No,
So we're
I'm
so
working on him.
huh?
I'm still working on him.
Well, no. See, that's not how it works, young lady. You become a wife, and a husband will find you. You seem to have this all out of order. You seem
I
to
will
think.
take
I
that.
mean, you seem to think that you are hot stuff. Anybody who comes on here and tells me that they think they're 10, and I'm looking in the same camera that you're looking in, and I know what a 10 looks like, and you're not that. If you're telling me
Okay.
that all the men you have, that you say that men would say you're demanding, and I'm like, well, all right. But are you asking? Do you think you ask for what you're worth, or do you think you ask for more than you're worth?
I think I am fair in that I do ask for what they're able to
No, no, no. I
offer.
asked a very specific
What I'm
question.
what I'm worth
Yes, what you're
for
worth.
sure.
Okay. Then if you're asking for what you're worth, why are men leaving and not paying that price?
Because they can't meet the need.
Okay. And if you're such a 10, why can't you get men who can meet that requirement?
I would love for you to help me
I
find
will no
that.
no. I can tell you what it is. First off, we need some. I mean, to be honest, man. If you're being honest with me, are you looking at YouTube? You keep looking back over.
No,
I mean, you're cute, but I would not put you above Beyonce. I put you in an adjustable six. I do this in real.
I'll take.
Okay, ma'am. I'm not arguing
Okay.
with you. I'm not arguing with you. I do this in real life, and I can actually show you some tens. I could. The woman I put up on camera earlier. I don't want to do that. I'm trying not to be rude because it's good to have confidence, but it's bad for women to be deluded.
Okay.
You're not a 10.
Okay.
Because again, I said you put yourself up there with Halle Berry, and you said, "Well, yeah." Then where are the Cosmopolitan? Where are the magazine deals? Where are all the 10 outcomes? Where are the men who are trying to marry you who are high value? Excuse me?
You said the Cosmo and the model thing. That's not my thing.
No,
As
no,
soon as
no.
I
It doesn't
get
matter if it's your thing or not. It would still be available to you.
okay. I do want to mention that I did see your email, so if you could email me back, I would appreciate
I
that.
get tons of emails.
I
If it ain't
understand.
about no
I'm
money, I
waiting.
don't respond. If you want to get my attention, place an order.
Yeah, how do I do
You
that?
go on my website and pick the product or service you want. Go to scheduling and check out.
And what's the website?
ByKevinSamuels.com. But seriously, man, I'm gonna try to make this make sense. It's great to have
Okay.
confidence. And it's great to get online and talk that, but it's bad for when are if you can't show in your life that you're getting the kind of outcomes that you're talking about, you need to adjust. Have you ever had any kind of therapy yourself?
Only for like serious employee assistance types of
Okay.
therapy, but not necessarily that personal lifestyle
So
type
if
of
I
therapy.
asked, so if I asked the guys that you consider to be in relationships with, what you're like to be with, what would they tell me?
That I'm cool, that it's fun, that it's I'm positive.
Then why do they
Good vibe.
leave?
I, these men don't. They.
Men don't
I don't
leave
know.
women that are good for them.
I understand, and I would have to show you better than I can tell you.
Ma'am,
If I could call all of my exes right here and tell you,
ma'am, you're the same woman who says you're a 10. I think what you're telling me is, um,
I've
hmm?
I've asked exes, what was it like being with me, and I have not had any, discrepancies, I guess.
Okay, well, the exes you asked, had they moved on to other women?
Not married. None of them are married.
Okay. Was there still the possibility of sex between you two?
No,
In their mind?
I hope not.
See,
I've moved on.
all right.
I
So
mean,
I will tell you
we're
this.
still.
I will tell you this. One, it's been an interesting conversation. You came in talking
Thank you.
about stuff that really wasn't you, and I understand why you don't want to talk about you because it's kind of messy. Talking about alpha females and all that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with you. If you really want to get into politics, you're gonna need a husband. And and as of today, you've not been able to secure a relationship longer than a year and a half, and you don't seem to know why. That's on you.
Understood.
So, if you run against somebody, they're going to use, because I've done political opposition research. They're going to use everything they can, especially in the mayoral race,
Hmm.
to their advantage for their candidate. And see, they would have to send you through somebody like myself, an image consultant, to do the opposition research to actually try to put you an image in front of people. See, I could come at this from multiple different angles. But at the end of the day, if you're saying that one guy left because he felt like he could not provide the kind of life that you wanted, and then you said that the guys I'm with, I'm telling them they got to buy me a house and this and that. A lot of you ladies talk. It sounds good, man, but if you're not getting what you're asking for, and you say you are what you are, these things don't line up.
Well, I just want to end by saying that I still would like your help to find the high value man that can
Well,
buy me
I'm
a
on
house.
my. I don't. I'm not a matchmaker. I don't. If I was a matchmaker, I'd be charging 20, 30
I
to 50
understand
thousand.
what you
All
do.
I
I'm
can do
gonna
is
put it
help you
to me.
become the best version of yourself, and then life happens.
That's what I'm looking
Have a
for.
good one.
So I'll put my order in, and thank you for your
Bye
time.
bye. Okay. All right. Tori's not here. Stella's not here. Okay, ladies, let's talk. Okay, this whole I deserve everything. Um, Men get very, very practical when it comes down to choosing a wife. Men are cost benefit calculators. Many of you are Honda Civics asking for Bentley money. Um. Oh yeah, this was you. Hello. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh yeah. No, I'm still here. I just had
Okay.
the
So you're
power off.
32.
Yes.
32, and you said you're 100 and how many pounds?
193. I didn't even know I was up that
How
high.
tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay. When was the last time you actively worked out consistently?
Never. I was always overweight. So like when I was in high school, I was at my heaviest at 203. And I was like 17, 18 years old.
Okay. This is a
Like
personal question, but are you still a virgin?
no. Oh no.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a Jezebel, if you want to call
You
it
you
that.
you're a what, ma'am?
A bit of a Jezebel.
Okay. Um.
Yeah.
uh, Sound
Yeah,
like you've lived a
well,
kind of a free spirit lifestyle.
absolutely. So I just wanted to speak on the common theme of I see clearly what you do. Like you have a very specific lifestyle, and your audience is very specific. And what I'm following with hearing some of the listeners, like some of the women, my peers, I'm just like in my mind boggled, like, oh my God, these people are completely deluded, like you said. And I've always tried to be a very real person with myself. I'm very like agnostic, spiritual, if you want to call it, and just always trying to learn things about myself in this life. Because I only have one life to live.
But my
So
question,
that's
is,
why.
my question is though, I hear all that, but where does it end? That's what I'm always curious when I hear these free spirit kind of thing. Where does it end? Because what I tend to hear from people who are like you is eternal youth and no physical ailments or problems.
Oh no, I don't believe that at all. What I know about spirituality is that my spiritual ass is stuck in this human body. So while I'm here in this human life, I have every choice to make throughout it.
Right, right. But
That's
what I'm saying is, um,
you.
but
Hmm.
by as a single woman living by
Yes.
herself who's been as much as 203 pounds, what happens when you're 40, 45,
Ex-
50?
That's what I'm saying. You coming into listening to you have sparked something in me and made me realize, damn, I'm gonna die alone. And now I'm like, I don't want that. But now I'm in a position to where it's like you overweight, you're a cute girl, but you've been under this delusion or illusion of I'm just gonna live my life and be free and young. And I can do that, but at the same time, when I turn 40, when I turn 60, I'm gonna be by myself. I better be in excellent freaking shape so that I'm not in hospital bills because I already work hard. I
Well,
don't
I
want to
think the
work hard.
thing is when we have a youth culture in Black America, we prize youth and we let a lot of our black women and black men too are guilty of this, being 30, 40 years old, still dressing and acting like we were in our teens and 20s.
And
So,
that's what I wanted to share with you in my peer group. I live in the Bay Area, by the way, and I know you know
oh
places.
yeah.
I'm making, probably 75, $80,000. I'm poor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a poor person. I know where I stand. So I'm not, that's why I said I'm listening to you to learn and get information so I could like level myself up. And even if that means I die alone, but at least be healthy and take
Well,
care of myself.
see, many
That's
many women going to have to start doing, like I said, quality of life. Before a
quite.
husband or a man comes along, you have to be a happy person. You have to be a happy
Yeah.
whole person. And men very much look at a woman's fitness. And this is one thing that many of our sisters just outright refuse to do. I don't
They
understand
refuse.
why so many of you guys just refuse to exercise. I just don't get it.
Well, it's our generation. I can speak to that because I'm of this generation. You're a little bit under my parents' generation. We were at home watching TV, so it's habit.
But I
And then
but
we're
that's
watching
but
TV.
but but that's not the way it is for non-black people.
I'm very clear about that.
So,
I'm agreeing with you. And what I'm telling you, you're saying you don't understand. I'm not trying to help you understand, but what I'm telling you
hey
is
Ruth.
I can see what happened.
Hey, Stella, I'm gonna go ahead and get Ruth on here. Hold on, okay? Hi Ruth, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. What do you have for me?
So I wanted to, there were a couple points. I recently came across your page, actually in the last 2 or 3 days or so. And I just thought you have some really interesting topics that you've been talking about. And I happened to notice the topic today. I thought it was interesting, one of the comments that you made earlier today about it's really about it seeming difficult for women who are perceived as alpha females to sort of pair with high value men as well. And I sort of come at this from the perspective, I'm a physician. So I have an undergraduate degree, I did medical school, and now I am a doctor. I don't necessarily consider myself an alpha female. I do think that people automatically make assumptions about me because I'm in a high power career.
What
But I
happened?
think that I'm someone who grew up in a very
So,
traditional type of home.
okay. So, how
Uh,
old are you?
I'm 28.
And when did you get out of medical school? When did you go into practice for yourself?
So I'm 3 years out from medical school.
Okay. So, um, Do you want to get married?
I do.
Children?
I do.
Last time you had a relationship?
Last time I had a relationship, so and that's part of the issue is that I have focused mostly on my career and I have never
Last time you had a
truly
relationship?
pursued a. I have not had in your definition like a relationship
It's not
that's
mine.
carried on, talking to a man more than 2 months. So I wouldn't consider that a relationship.
Nope. So again, same question. Are you a virgin?
I am.
Okay, that's different. So is that for religious reasons?
That is. I'm very committed to my faith.
Or you're gonna have problems. Are you working? So your husband's gonna have to come from your faith.
Right.
Because what city are you in?
I am in Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio.
Hmm.
Oh Jesus, there are no black people there.
That's the other thing.
So you basically just make. So you're gonna go die alone again too. Because let's take it. You have no history of relationship. You've been to school, a book person. You've blown it off, and now you're 28. You're firmly in the
Danger
and
zone.
now you want to. You would love to be married and have children, but you have no relationship muscles because they're not even atrophied. They're not even developed, and you're going to throw on top a religious preference. Do you want to be a virgin until you're married?
I do.
Then you're looking at an arranged marriage through a church. There are no virgins. No, the amount of virgins running around at 40 years old, 40-year-old men who are virgins, it's just not realistic. And see, that's what I don't understand. Like, you're an intelligent woman. Have you never ran the numbers on that?
I have.
Okay.
And that's part of why I'm sort of doing my own homework on this right now.
Well, it's past you though. You can't do it. You're too close to it, and you don't have the skill sets to do it. You know, if it's for religious reasons, why aren't you? You need to be working through your church, your pastor, whomever, to see if there are men in your faith who are unmarried and still virgins. Because in the big wide world, people are swiping left and swiping right. We're almost to Sodom and Gomorrah. So ain't nobody waiting to have sex until marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, if not, you'd have to go to a matchmaker. But the matchmaker, you're gonna have to put money out up front, and then you'll get a certain amount of matches. And I don't know what percentage of men you think that can make as much or more than a doctor, and they're virgins. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
That's the position.
Yeah,
That's the
I definitely.
that's the position
Yeah.
you've chosen.
Yeah, it's a tough position.
Okay, so and where's your father?
My father, my father is still in our hometown. My father's a PhD.
I don't know
And
what
again,
that. I
that's
don't know what
why
that means, ma'am.
Wait.
Where's your father? Is he in the States?
he is in the States. He's in Texas.
Do you raise with your dad?
I was raised with both of my parents.
Okay, mother and father were married.
They're married. They've never divorced.
All right.
They're
So
still
where's your
together.
father in helping you navigate through all this?
So I think that I mean I think it's tough being that I don't live anywhere near my parents. I moved out of the house
But but that
at
should still be
18.
okay. I get it, but you still should. If your mother and father, okay, your father's still your father. You don't
Right.
talk to him about relationships. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
Okay, that's a mistake.
Okay.
You should okay because effectively, if you had been talking to your father and he shouldn't have allowed his daughter to get to 28 years old and a virgin, you should have been married early, If you're going to hold on to your virginity, you don't wait till you're 30. So let me make this a call, because I hear a lot of women, especially from women from the continent, who think they can hold on to their virginity until their late 20s and 30s. You got to get married early. And unfortunately, so many women do like you do, stick your head in the book, and time goes by. And then it becomes a Gordian knot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm asking you about all these pieces, and ultimately, you're in charge of it all. Well, your best thinking has got you right here, so that tells you shouldn't be in charge of this anymore. You need help. But that's probably going to go into something else. It's not uncommon for a lot of my physicians or attorneys to have God complexes and control issues. So, that's another issue. But the net of it is, if you want to be a virgin until you're married, I'm assuming you want your husband to make as much money or more than you.
I think so.
All right, ma'am. How much are you making? You're making 6 figures plus.
Right.
Ma'am, that's 10% of the men in the country, not adjusted for race, age, ethnicity, marital status, or sexual status. You're looking for a needle in space. Let me help you out. You need to get rid of this list. Let me tell you something else, black women. Set fire to that damn list you have. You're not going to get it. There's no punchline. That's it. Matchmaker Rebecca Lynn Pope, a million hits on this video. Black women's unrealistic dating standards.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first time you've ever had this? Anybody tell you something like this?
No, I mean, I've these are conversations that I've been having more and more, and that's why.
With who?
Sort of when I saw your.
With whom?
With my pastor, actually. More recently, I was talking with my pastor about it.
Okay, but who had you been discussing? Who had you been talking to prior to watching my videos? And did my videos prompt you to talk to your pastor?
No, this is something I've been looking into. I've sort of been doing my own homework on the past year or so.
Own homework. You can't be in charge of this. Is that kind of? It seems like it keeps going past you.
No, I
you
hear
can't
what
be
you're
in
saying.
charge of this. You do the doctor stuff. Finding your husband is going to be a team effort. And you don't get the list. You're going to take you're going to have to knock that earning requirement out of there. You'll be lucky. Are you a Christian?
I am a Christian.
You start with Christian and heterosexual. Christian, heterosexual, and employed. That's what you can ask for. That's the basics. Christian, heterosexual, employed, and virgin. After that, everything else is a blessing. It sounds crazy, but you can't. This is not something you can't order up a man. And a man who's making the kind of money you're talking about making he's already with a woman or he's already had sex. And he's not going to wait for a virgin. All the best though, man. I got to get to some more people.
All right.
I'd love to hear about what happens with you, what you decide to do, especially if you talk to a pastor, a matchmaker, or whomever, because you're not the only woman who's kind of in this unique position. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Angelique. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. How old are
Hi.
you?
I'm 31.
31. Okay. What part of the country are you in?
I'm in the Bay Area in California.
Okay. What do you got for me?
I would just like your insight
All you
and
light
some
brights in the
advice.
Bay Area, man. It's just like, everybody. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What was that?
I
What'd you
was saying
say?
something. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like your insight on kind of basically assessment and advice for me um, to find
Are you calling in on
a
the
match,
topic, or are you calling in
basically.
on your own thing?
On anything. I kind of like,
Okay.
I am kind of at this place where I'm
All
single,
right, but
so
do
I
you
am
have
looking
anything
for
on the
my match.
topic? High value
Well,
men,
I am a,
alpha
um,
females.
yeah, I am a single independent. I own and run my own business.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, so as far as um, I haven't found anybody that I like is my problem.
You have, as far as a man,
As far as a man, yes.
or when's the longest relationship you've ever had?
Uh, 8 years.
How long ago was that?
That ended in 2012, but after that, I was in a 6 year relationship.
The math doesn't add up. You're how old?
I'm 31.
8 and 6. That's 14. What age are you counting relationships from?
My 8 year relationship I had since I was 16.
Okay. Well, we count from 18. So from
Okay,
18 to
that's fine.
24, y'all broke up. What? Okay. Then after you broke after age 24, you got into a 6 year relationship.
Correct.
What do you mean you haven't found anybody you like? You've been with two men for your
Um,
adult life.
well, uh,
Why didn't one of those
I
men ask you to marry him?
well, the first one I was gonna marry, but it was emotionally unfulfilling for me. So
Hold on. Stop.
it was,
Stop. Stop. You don't get 8 years and say emotionally unfulfilling. 8 years.
yes.
Did he propose to you?
He did not propose to me, but when we did break up, he was sad about us not getting married.
It
But
doesn't matter.
anyways,
There's
no.
no.
So no.
If he didn't
Yeah, yeah,
propose,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no not
yeah.
getting married. Who broke up? Who
Right, right,
broke off
yeah.
the relationship?
I did.
All right. And what does he do for a living?
He worked for Toyota shipping department
He
where
did
their
what?
cars come in from the port. Toyota.
Okay, so you made more money than him.
Well, that was my earlier relationship, so not at that time, no.
Okay, then the next relationship.
Then the next relationship, yes, I made more money.
And what did that guy do?
He did construction.
Did you make substantially more money than him?
Um, not I wouldn't say substantially, but like maybe 15,
All
$20,000
right.
more.
So here's where we come at this. You've had an 8 year and a 6 year relationship.
I've been single for 3.
Okay. But you, what did you think you're supposed to find out here?
What do I think I'm supposed to find? I think maybe I mean that's a good question because I'm
Yeah.
at a place where I can provide everything for myself. So I guess what I'm looking for in a relationship now is just another human being that I like as a companion. But I see the issue with that because that's not what most men are actually looking for. They want somebody that is, um, gonna do what they want to do, basically.
Oh no, 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 no. What'd your dad say?
What does my dad say? My dad says
Well, let me just cut to
to
let me cut to the chase, ma'am.
to
Have
wait
you
for
have
the
you
right
been
one.
okay? Well, your mom and dad married.
Yes, they were.
All right, are they still married?
No,
All right.
he's
I don't know what
remarried.
you're looking for, ma'am, but you have a lot of an 8 year relationship and a 6 year relationship. You've been by yourself for 3 years in the Bay Area. Therapy would be good. Number one. Number two, if I
Did you
did the
say
whole
therapy?
hold on, I got more people to get to. If I did the whole
Okay.
height, what size dress? What dress size do you wear?
12.
Okay, you need to lose weight. It's a competitive market out here. And as an average looking woman, it's nice that you can take care of yourself, but I don't know what it is you're expecting. Sounds to me like you're looking for answers in other people. Because what you said about men, men want you to do what they want you to do. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it sounds like a very immature way of looking at relationships, which doesn't surprise me because you've been with two people. You're chronologically one age. You're emotionally far much younger. And you need to catch those two things up.
Well, and I understand that. That's why I've spent the last 3 years single, in therapy, celibate, working on myself.
Okay. But where's the gym?
Where's the gym? Oh,
See, I'm gonna say, let me back up. If you've been in therapy for 3 years, unless there's a clinical diagnosis, therapy just becomes another pacifier. There should be forward progress. Nobody should be in therapy for 3 years and no relationship. That's broken therapy. Unless there's a clinical listen, I got other people to get to. Unless there's a clinical diagnosis, it's just another placebo. Dating and mating is competitive. And if you want to have the best shot at dealing with a broader swath of men, being picked by different caliber men, you have to be physically fit and attractive. That's a dress size 4.
But doesn't that mean that I'm looking for more?
That means you need to be fit.
But
okay. See why you see, and right there is a problem.
It is the problem because
why?
I think that's just different beliefs.
No, it's not different beliefs. You weigh more than most men. You weigh more than most men. I'm trying to be nice, man, but I don't want to go there. How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
How much do you weigh?
160.
You weigh more than most men. The average height of an American man is 5'10". His weight is 166.
But doesn't that mean
that means you need to lose weight? Why are you still pushing this point? You're fat.
Because not necessarily.
No, you're fat. Look, girl, you're fat.
I'm not looking
you're
for
fat.
Insecure men.
You need to lose weight. Men don't want fat chicks. Men don't want fat chicks. You're going to keep pushing me, and I'm going to just tell you. Get off my phone, fat girl. Your big fat ass out to the bay somewhere. That's the reason you ain't with nobody. Big fat ass. You think you'll come on my show and talk crazy to me? Carry your big fat ass on out there somewhere. Well, that's a different standard. Oh, yeah, you broke motherfuckers. That's why you had a motherfucker working, shucking oysters, and somebody else unloading trucks. That's what a fat chick can get out in the bay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Tori.
Hi, how are you?
I'm sorry that you had to see that, but I tried. Y'all saw that I tried. So, you put the baby up. What's going on?
Yes. About the topic, I don't know if I'm an alpha female or not. I am,
but are you married?
No.
So you are a baby mama?
Yes.
Uh-oh. How old are you?
23. I'll be 24.
How old is the kid?
He'll be 1 next month.
A 1-year-old?
Yeah.
What in the hell happened?
I know. I just got out of a 5-year relationship, and
why didn't y'all get married though?
It was him.
Hold on. When you tell me him, what do you mean him? Yeah. Why'd you have a baby without getting married? You tell me you're 23 and got a 1-year-old. I'm like, oh.
I know.
I don't get it.
I wanted to marry, but I don't know.
Okay. All seriousness though, you're 23. You're in a 5-year relationship. You had What are you looking to do now? Because honestly, sis, that's not very appealing to a lot of men.
I know. I eventually want to get married, but I don't know. I'm kind of like lost with the whole, and then especially because I haven't been dating for 5 years, so I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I
Why
know I
did
want
you
to.
guys break up?
He cheated, and so yeah, I just broke up with him.
Okay, I have to ask. Was it more than once?
Yeah, it was more than once.
Okay.
I was just tired of putting up with it, so I was like, I need to leave. So, baby
Well,
or not,
hold on. I get it. But you're not in college, right?
right?
High school education?
Yes,
No skills.
I went to cosmetology
That's
school.
no skills, sweetheart.
Yeah, no skills.
What state?
Texas,
Well, you don't need any kind of government assistance.
no.
Are you working 40 hours a week?
Yes.
In this environment, it is going to be difficult to forge ahead. It's going to be difficult to forge ahead with 23 years old with a baby and cosmetology skills. What's your plan?
My plan is I do own my own boutique. So I have a business on
What do
the
you
side.
mean? What do you mean you own your own boutique?
I sell hair and clothing.
But you don't have a brick and mortar.
No.
So how do you sell hair and clothing? Online? Or out of a pop-up shop?
Online mainly.
Okay. So you're flipping hair. Money to be made. But still. See, you put yourself in a position having a child without the benefit of marriage.
Right.
And now you're just out here robbing Peter to pay Paul, floating around, and time is being wasted. You're gonna need to get some stability somewhere.
Right.
Where's Dad?
He live on his own now.
All right. Is the child's father in his life?
Yeah, he's actively in his life.
Girl, if you don't stop calling me, I told your big ass to go on back up to the Bay and stay there. You psycho broads. I swear to God. Young lady, 23, a baby. Don't have another one.
Oh, I'm not. I'm one and done. Unless it's marriage and, you know.
But you need to figure. I don't know. I know a lot of women don't like to hear it, but you chose the man. You chose him to be a father, and you got a 1-year-old. I gotta be honest. Men prey on women like you.
Wow.
I mean,
What do you mean by prey on me? Like what?
I've said it before, and I get up. Baby mamas are side chicks. Baby mamas. What does a man see when he sees a young woman with a kid? Ooh, she's not a virgin. She's actually down for sex. Number one. Number two, she's got a kid. She's got a kid. That means she's got things. So anyway, I can holler at her. We can Netflix and chill. I slide through whatever. We can kick it for a minute and go on about my business. Being unmarried. This is why I get a lot of heat from women who decide to be baby mamas, especially when you start talking about high value men. Those kind of men avoid those kind of women unless you're pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous. What I'm trying to tell you is you decided to have a child. You can't undo that. If you can't be with the father, what is your plan? And it needs to be a solid plan.
Yeah. I know. I need to. I don't know, like what direction to go to, because I wanted to.
I can't. I got other people on the show. I can't. It's not this show. I'm just telling you that what you don't want to do is, one, have another child out of wedlock. Number two, you don't want to you want to stay fit and in shape to give yourself the best opportunity. But right now, to a lot of guys, you would just look like a bill.
Wow.
And this is the bad part. See, we don't talk about having children outside of wedlock like it's a real problem until it becomes something like this and it becomes unmanageable. Oh, you shouldn't be so hard on the young lady. She made a mistake, and that's what a lot of women will say. But those softening words don't help your situation. You need a plan. You need some sort of skill to be able to provide for you and your child, because it sounds like the guy that you pick, is he a provider?
No. He paid bills, but I wouldn't say like I'm a stay-at-home mom or nothing like that.
I'm just asking, is he, how old is he?
30.
Ooh. Why would you get pregnant by a 30-year-old loser?
I don't know.
I mean,
That wasn't my plan.
but you're here. If you
Yeah.
can't depend on him, you chose him. It's not his fault. You picked him to have the baby with. And you were together with him for 5 years?
Stick with him, even though
man,
like
you chose. Okay, stick with him. You stuck with him. It's called child. I'm just get dead raw with you. You stuck with him. You were 18 when you met him, and he was 25. You got pregnant at 21. Now you're a 23-year-old high school graduate flipping hair. If economic downturn happens, state assistance is in your future. You need a man. You need somebody who can help you with the responsibility of this child, because it doesn't sound like you have family or anybody else. You picked a cheating loser. That's who you picked. That's who you had a baby for. So when I tell you to go back to him, that should not be more groundbreaking than having a baby for him. Work through the cheating issue. I don't know. I need to work on something, because the child would be better off with mom and dad together. See, we've made it too convenient for black women just to think it's better to be a 23-year-old mother struggling. It ain't about you no more. It's about your kid. So where's the dad at?
at his place. He's in the same town and everything.
Right. And how long have you guys been broken up?
It's been about a month.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get off my phone. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't you call me back again. You see this bullshit? You see this bullshit? You better get over to Dollar General. Go get you some of them dollar balloons and some decorations. Go over to Party City. Get you some more decorations. Rent out the local arboretum or somebody's backyard and throw a ghetto backyard wedding ceremony. Get you a dress. Get him some Stacey Adams looking like Ving Rhames up in Baby Boy. Y'all need to make some barbecue and some chicken wings and have a ghetto ass wedding and carry y'all's ass off into the sunset. Neither one of y'all need to be in the dating pool messing with anybody else. He's cheating. Tell him to use a condom and don't bring home no babies. I don't like him cheating. Don't go looking. That's real spit. He's cheating. Use a condom, don't bring home no babies or diseases. And don't let me find out about it. That's what you do. That's what you do. This chick is crazy. Girl, if you don't go... See? Ooh, I pissed her off. Oh, she mad. Eve, next. You next. She big mad. Unmute yourself, Eve. I've been broke up for a month. To the crazy chick that keeps calling me, you'll never get on. I'll never answer the phone. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and block your number. If you want to talk to me, you have to go and this chick is sick, man. It's like, I'm going to force you to contact me. No, man. You go ahead and get on up out of here. Block these callers. I guess it bothered her when I told her she was hefty. Wimpy. There you go. Now unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Samuels.
How are you, Eve?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. You're a little young for this conversation, but what do you got?
So basically, I just wanted to know if you had any tips on like preventing yourself from becoming like an alpha woman.
An
I
alpha
kind of see
female?
myself heading on that track right now.
Are you in college?
And I'm trying. Yeah.
What are you going to school for?
Marketing.
Okay. When's the last? Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
When was the last time you had a boyfriend?
Probably about a year and a half ago.
Well, one, you need to learn. You need to get a boyfriend. Learn and understand what men are for. Men are for more than just occasional sex and to pay bills. Are your mother and father married?
Yeah.
Was your dad in your life?
Yes, very much.
Okay. Then his help in helping you find a suitable man to spend the rest of your life with would be a smart move. I mean, do you want to be married one day?
Yes, hopefully rather soon.
Okay, then that will be wise to help the people who love you help you navigate this instead of just getting out here haphazardly and dating. You have a father. Many women wish they had a dad. And while you're out, and when you get out and work, I would just say avoid women who have nothing but negative or neutral or negative things to say about man. Women, you're very susceptible to what other people think. And that's why it's best for younger women to be around women who are married or have good things to say about men so your mindset remains positive or upbeat or happy. Got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, young lady. All right. So, oh yeah. I'm a size 12. But it depends on the culture. Mad. Don't get mad at me. I'll let you even call in all off the subject. All kidding aside though. It wasn't no alpha female either. Plain Jane ass. See, one of the things that tends to rub a lot women the wrong way is men's directness, and black women in particular. Driven, successful men. You've heard Sister Pope tell you they're gonna hurt men. Men are direct communicators, and if you expect men to talk like your girlfriend, your little feelings gonna get hurt all the time. Look, man. We all attract what we are. I do, you do, so does everyone. If we keep getting the same or similar outcomes, you got to check the person in the mirror. And far too often, women look at the men as the problem instead of them as being the magnet that draws this stuff to them. Why do I always miss live? I didn't get alerted. You need to set your notifications to all. Okay, but But I want to help my sisters. Being an alpha black female is not a death sentence. You can change. And instead of having me talk about it, next week, I'm going to have some attractive, accomplished black alpha females on the channel telling you what they did. I've spoken to them behind the scenes, and because I understand it. Sometimes it's hard to hear it from a guy, but one thing, when I have women saying, "Hell yeah," these women work with women. They follow the platform, and we've found each other through happenstance. It's not, there'll be plenty of people that are trying to say he's trying to tear women down. I guarantee you, the women my biggest critics are women over the age of 35. Women over the age of, I would say past the wall, but the wall is 30. But really, when a lot of women tend to really start to hone in on me, is once they have passed the danger zone and they get into no man's land, tend to get offended by the truths that they know exist. So when you hear them come from other women that look like you, who think like you, act like you, move like you, and you can relate to, telling you, yeah, sis, I had to check this myself. And when I check this, things start happening. We can't all be wrong. At the end of the day, my intent is to help men become the best version of themselves and women find those men. The men who want to be in the top 10% and women who want the top 20% of women who want those men. So, shout out to everybody that called in. Yeah, we got to get up out of here. It's past midnight. I'm going to try to keep the show to 2 hours, man. Next week, we go to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Set your clock. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to give myself off Tuesday and Thursday night or a time to go to other platforms, other panels. Let me shout out to Big Ike. Ike, the channel, the channel man. I will do this. Let me see if there are any other questions. I can read it. I'll give 5 minutes to read questions from the comment section. While I look into the super chats and things like that. That's what I would do. I will give next 5 minutes to answer questions from the comment section. You don't have, every one of us can choose to change. That's the beautiful thing about living now. 100 years ago, we'd have all been locked into our positions. These are first world problems. People can choose to change. All right. Let me go through the questions. That woman in the thumbnail pic. Oh yeah, Chelsea bad. Chelsea is attractive. Chelsea is I married a good woman on paper. My ex-wife was alpha female. On paper, yeah. See, we got to talk about that because far too many alpha females are not doomed. They're doomed. I don't want to say doomed. Alpha females can survive. They can be alpha at work and not at home. There are plenty of non-black women who are alpha in the workplace and then come home and put that stuff down. Yeah, fellas, stop telling these big girls they're thick. Oh, y'all want to see your girl? The kind of women we're talking about, your boy is gonna try to keep women in front of you that I mean, say hi to everybody. Bing. That woman. Woo, she's built for bad decisions. Golly. Official fan page of Otasia. shout out to sister right there. You know, you gotta love a beautiful feminine woman. I'm gonna tell you, in my day-to-day life, when I work with guys, but when I'm out, I'm with women. I love being around beautiful women. I always have. Even when I was a little boy, I love being around beautiful women. They're like beautiful women make life better, man. The air is fresher. Water tastes better. You know, I don't know what y'all tripping on. Y'all can be up around a bunch of big bushy beard, gruff voice. What's up, dude? Man, I do business with you. When I leave, man, I'm gonna be around a fine one. Yes. Let me see. Let me help you out. Yes. Woo-wee. Go on, sis. And she rocking that pink too. And if you don't know who this one is, that chick right there is on YouTube. Jenny. Jenny's bad. Baddie. I just love looking at beautiful women. That just makes my damn day. Makes you happy to be a man. God, dog. That's why I will say I don't understand how dudes can bat for the same team. I'm like, what? That versus some. What's up, dude? Call me delicious. Man, zap. All right. Y'all got me over here tripping, man. Yeah, man. When you see a woman who's fit and who you can obviously tell takes care of her body, you're like, whoo. Hamburger Jones. Now, let me tell you something. Another thing, ladies, don't pay any attention to guys who come in here and give ratings. I don't listen to men who don't show themselves. I just say, a lot of guys will show themselves as being just a bit weird. A bit weird, but knock yourself out, man. Yeah, Finest woman you got is on Pornhub. That's sad. Anyway, till next time, peace. We are gone. She alright, man. She alright. Whatever. Thank you to all the patrons to make this channel possible. You keep the show going, you keep it growing. Join the movement, support the channel on Patreon at Kevin R. Samuels. Thank you very much for everything that you do. Join me in IG in the frat room for videos you will only see there. I tend to go live daily. When they're up, they're up. When they're down, they're down. Email your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com or book your one-on-one personal advice, career advice, interpersonal communication, or your virtual consultation. Understand your style, personality, sexual marketplace value, the basis of a masculine wardrobe, a little bit of everything you need. Yes, I do work with women on some things. If you don't know what hour you need to book, just book the one-on-one customized hour and we'll figure it out before we touch base and talk. Respect my inbox though. The block is on strong.
Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. With the way.
Switch the cameras, baby.
No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it.
I swear to some of you people coming here acting like y'all know me, man. What? Some of you guys, man, I think y'all are closeted. I swear to God. You would think I'd have more problem with women, but some of you guys are just like, I need some help, man. Leave a grown man alone. Daddy issues. Peace out.